Marco, first of all, sum up the mood about the place at the moment. Is it one of frustration? Is there a feeling that momentum has been lost over the last week?
Of course not. You know how is Premier League. We know how is hard the competition, and you know as well no one. But talking about us, you don't will win all the games until the end of the season. And what we have to do is to work to win. To do everything what we can to win the matches every game. This is the most important thing for us. I understand your question about the yesterday match. One game, and we did, and of course we didn't achieve the most important and the main thing is the result. But we did everything to try to win the match, like we did the previous as well. This football we didn't achieve. Moment for us to analyze why, and to look to the next one.
And just looking back at last night as well, Dermot Gallagher this morning agreed with Lee Mason and felt that there wasn't a foul on Lookman in the build-up to Newcastle's goal. Now you've had a chance to look at it back. What are your thoughts on that incident?
You know, it's not important really my talks about it. The game is already finished. When I spoke in the end of the match about that moment, I gave you my opinion, but I told you as well, it's not an excuse, but even after that fall, we can do different, and we should do different in that moment as well. It's not an excuse for us, because even if the referee didn't give what for me looks fall in that moment, we have all the conditions to do different and to defend in a different way that moment as well.
When you've got teams coming to Goodison Park, though, and trying to stop you play, are your players getting protected enough out there?
Of course, was a tough match yesterday. What Newcastle did here yesterday is their plan. Of course, we respect. I just saw them doing against City, against Man United, and against Chelsea. They didn't do against no one. But this football means they respect our team. Possible we obligate them to go back in many times as well. About the protection or not, I don't want nothing different for our players than to the others. I want the same thing, is what I expect. Nothing different for one way or to the other as well.
You've got obviously 3 informed centre halves now. We saw Zuma return to the side last night. Just how difficult or how good is it to be in that situation as a manager where you've got to make a decision as regards those 3?
It's good and it's difficult as well. It's a good problem. I think this type of problems are the good problems in football for one coach. For me, it's important. Of course, like you know, we have played before the Newcastle match 3 days before, an intense match as well, tough match, and I took the decision because I know what Zuma can give us as well. And he did well, he performed well again, like I expect.
And we also saw John Pickford's late save last night. What does that say about his reaction to his disappointment in the Merseyside derby?
He reacted really well, like we expected. Fantastic reaction, our fans with him as well. Since the first minute of the match, I think was really important to him. All of us, we know, and we expect is what will happen, but it's important for him to feel that, to felt like for sure yesterday happened during the first minutes of the match and during the match as well. About his quality, he show again how good goalkeeper he is, his quality as well, and his focus until the end to make that save in the last minutes of the match.
At the other end of the pitch, I know it's easy for us to look at stats, but 2 goals in the last 4 Premier League games. And is there a feeling that you need to bring in a striker in January to maximise the potential of this group that you have at the moment?
It's a good question, but if you want to look just to to the numbers and the goals we scored in the last 2 games, we have to look as well what type of games we played as well. We played one game Stamford Bridge away. It's not easy for all the strikers to score there, I think. You play one game at Anfield as well. I think they just conceded 1 goal at home, and we created chance to score there. And after we have 2 games at home, and again, because at home we are scoring every time, and every games as well, and you score again. Just 1 in each game, but if you do a normal thing yesterday, you could win the game in the same way. I understand the question. Yesterday we control the match in all the moments. We maybe shoot almost 20 times, and not all the right direction, but we almost did. We create many cross one side and the other. A lot of offensive set pieces for us, and you just score 1 goal. I understand the question, but if you look just to the numbers, okay, 4 games and just to the 2 goals, I think it's not fair, because how many clubs they score at Anfield or at Stamford Bridge as well, and even these games you had enough chance to score more than 1 goal, and yesterday we had as well.
I suppose it's brought up as well, though, because people wonder how you're going to find that extra clinical edge, because, as you say, you are creating those chances at those grounds, which not many teams have been able to do.
Yes, but how many? And I agree. Of course, you are with creating many attack moments. You are creating on side, outside, inside as well, crossing some good moments as well. And you don't, like yesterday, I think the chance we created the first half were enough to win the match, because you created more than the first and the second. I agree, and I understand your question, but how many clubs they are trying to find one striker to score more than 20 goals or 25 goals or 30 goals? I think is the question for the moment for all the managers in Premier League, I think. And I'm happy with the players we have. Of course, we are doing our homework. We know what we want to do as well. My job is to work with the players we have in this moment, to develop them and to develop our squad.
And you're not going to tell me what business you're doing in January either. Just in the context then of the season, how important is it to get things back on track, do you feel? How big a game is this against Watford?
Big game. Tough game for sure. But it's big like the last one was. This is the truth. For us, we knew before the match how could be really important for us won the yesterday match, because we had a very good run before, not just about the results but even the performance we had before that match. We didn't achieve yesterday, and the most important for us is the next match. Is always our goal, taking game by game, and the next will be against Watford, and it will be tough for sure.
And how do you feel about facing your old club now?
It's not the first time in my life, and for sure will be not the last. When you are building a career, is something will happen with you, not often, but something will happen you year by year, possible. Not the first time. I look to the match like a tough match for sure, and will be good to see some of the players they work with me, some of good friends as well I have in the club.
Given the way things ended there as well, what kind of reaction are you expecting from the Watford fans, and do you have any regrets as to how things ended at Watford as well?
It's not important to talk about this type of situations. What I expect about the atmosphere in the stadium, the same I saw yesterday. This is most important for me. Our fans, they came yesterday to support really our team. Of course, we didn't achieve the most important result, and the most important thing for us will be play with them again, with their support again in the next match. This is the most important thing.
Can I just ask you a couple, please? Yerry Mina, who started the last 4 matches now, is there maybe a positive to take from the fact that he maybe didn't start at the beginning? You've got maybe a fresher pair of legs, given that you've got 7 matches in 4 weeks coming up?
It will be busy month for us. Of course, in everything what we can manage the squad, giving some rest for some players as well. If I feel we don't lose many things, like was my feeling yesterday and when I took that decision about Michael and Zuma. But to answer direct to the other question, of course, he's doing well. He didn't play the many games in the beginning of the season. He's staying in conditions if I decide he continues in our squad, in our 11.
Thank you. Just in terms of the injury news, I know Morgan Schneidlin didn't make it last time. How is he?
It's getting better. Possible we'll be able to be part of the squad if I decide next match.
Are there any other players that are unavailable?
Until now, this morning the players played yesterday. They did a normal recovery session. Some small problems. Until now, nothing special. Let's see the next days how they are. But until now, nothing new.
Just one other I was going to say is on Tuesday, Jose Mourinho said that he thought that Everton wouldn't finish above Manchester United this season. Obviously, given the way the table looks at the moment, that's an interesting thing to have said. What do you make of that prediction from him?
Is their prediction, like you said, nothing more. Is a Jose prediction. He knows what is his obligation and what is the obligation the top six. He knows, and let's see in the end of the season if his prediction is right or not.